Oh, hear ye, oh, hear ye. I have never felt vellum, and that is going to change today. Yes, welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm a D&D player, and I've done a few videos about D&D, including about my scroll, which in my mind was the standard paper that we had in a Dungeons & Dragons scenario. But there was another thing that would come up every once in a while, because the problem with parchment or whatever material you've got here, it gets wet, it's gonna stain, it's not gonna last. This scroll of mine is getting pretty threadbare over the years, so this is a good example of like, they eventually wear out. They're not built for the long term. And I thought to myself, well, that's parchment. That's what paper is. That's the papyrus of the medieval era. Did they have papyrus back then? Not sure. Regardless, I always thought of scrolls in D&D. You know, the paper that everything was written on, the magic books and the spells and everything else, all written on scrolls, pieces of paper. But I remember many times for a little extra gold, you could get a scroll or any other important document written on something called vellum. And I never knew what that was. I never knew what that felt like. It was described as like a leathery kind of paper, and so therefore it wouldn't get damaged in water. It would survive a lot of more rough conditions. It was more expensive. It was the more premium version of paper that anything in your medieval fantasy you required. You could solve it by using vellum. But I don't know what vellum feels like. I've never encountered vellum, and luckily I discovered a place, there's an Amazon sale, and I'll put a link below. These guys sell vellum. I've actually got a piece in here, and I want to figure out what does vellum feel like. I'm very curious. I'm right off the bat a little, I think it's a bit weird. This is stiff. This is a hard piece of paper. I thought vellum would be something you could roll up. Why is this? This is a mystery to me. I have never encountered vellum. I want to try it out. So it wasn't very much money. Again, I'll put a link below if you're interested in what does vellum feel like yourself. I'm going to open this up and have it go. Now, in researching this, I thought, okay, I need to determine vellum's been around, and if you do a search online, you can find vellum for your stationery, vellum for your wedding invitations, all of these different things. Vellum is around and available. And I thought, no, I want like the medieval, the D&D style vellum. Where can I get that? This seller shows a very antiquated parchment like that scroll, kind of an image, and I thought, right, if anybody's going to recreate D&D vellum in a way that I can enjoy, it's going to be these guys. So let's open it up. Okay, come on, vellum. What do you look like and what do you feel like? Oh. Okay, it's just got a piece of paper around it. Ooh. Okay, here's my order. Mithrogen Medieval Renaissance Genuine Natural Parchment. Vellum. 5x7 inch piece. Okay, that's my invoice. It's inside here. So at least that explains why it's so stiff. It's been reinforced. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is vellum. Dun dun dun! Oh, weird. Oh my God. It feels like skin. It's like something from a horror movie. Somebody's taken the skin off a person. It's like, ew. I mean, I guess it is skin, right? That makes sense. Oh man, I like how they've done this Mithrogen company. They've really added in like color deformations and stuff. This, I swear to God, this looks like something from an oldie-timey treasure. This is weird. Now, I'm not going to bend it too far, but could you roll that up? Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, I'm not going to push it. I don't want it to like crack or anything. It feels like it would crack. How can I describe the feeling for those of you who are curious? Other than skin. It's like wax paper, but way thicker. Like wax paper that can stand up on its own. Does that make sense? Oh man, and it's slightly dry. Now that might be for shipping purposes. It's got like a powdery, it's like somebody put baby powder on it almost, but it's not coming off. Oh, that is so bizarre. What is vellum anyway? It's a kind of leather, right? Treated material? Somebody in the comments I'm sure will sound off. I always remember vellum being this specialty item, this thing that like you want to make sure your scroll doesn't get damaged or whatever. If this was to fall into a swamp during a bit of combat with a dragon, yeah, this would be fine. This would come back out. I don't know how you would write on it. I'm not going to do any of that, or at least not yet. Maybe I'll do that for a future video. But wow, man, that's what vellum is like. That's so weird. It's waxy. It's stretchable. It feels like skin. Ugh. Anyway, that is bizarre. That is vellum. This is a first for me. I've never known what this thing felt like. And now I do. And I'm not sure that I'm happy about it. But you know what? It's all for the sake of finding things out, right? As a D&D player, I want to know, what the heck does this stuff even feel like? Now I know. I have had vellum. So here we go. Interesting. Okay, well, that's been a journey of many years for me to discover what the heck does this stuff ever feel like. Now I know, and if anybody else ever asks me, hey, I saw that video of yours about the vellum. You want to try to feel it myself? Yeah, sure. Have a go. And they'll be like, oh, it feels gross. There we go. All right. Experiment over. A little bit of a discovery for me many decades after playing D&D. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.